What's going on, everybody, today? And today on AAMC, I wasn't going to make a video of this. I made a little short, and I just decided maybe people might like to see what I am doing to the truck. So this is an 89 GMC Service Truck. It was ex-Conrail. It's still got the high rail gear under it. 350, two-wheel drive, automatic transmission. And what we're doing today is going to be finishing up. I'm going to put some shocks on it. We're going to put some fresh brake pads on it. This side was actually hanging a little bit, probably the old caliper. So what I'm going to do is change that. I think it's really the hose, because the hose looked pretty poopy. So we're going to change that. And also, I really hardly believed it, but I guess 1989 brake lines actually break if you try to take them loose. I mean, I never would have expected such a thing, but here we are. So what I'm doing is bent me a new line, copied the old one as close as I could. Going to bend it around there, hook it into a T, and then we're going to bring it up, and I got to bring the other line up to here, and then just bleed the system. So that's what we're doing right now. And then once that's done, I'll hook all the hose back up, put the new caliper on, put the new brake pads. The bearings look real good. I checked all that. They're nice and smooth. You know, I'm not hearing no chatting. They got good looking grease in them. So pretty much this will be the new junk saver, which I use it. You've seen it in a previous video. Right now it's been storage, but you have seen it in a previous video of loading or unloading and moving a boiler, and then also moving a steam engine. So it's quite handy with the boom. I'm going to mount a vise on that side there. We've got the welding machine to go in the bed. We're going to have probably like a little work table or something maybe here I might build. I ain't really decided what I'm going to do there. It's just going to be for simple stuff. I'm going to mount an air compressor here, right here, and then I'm going to add me a bigger air tank. I've just got one of the little 2-tank air compressors. It's good enough for now for what I don't feel like going out and spending a big bunch of money on one. I did have a bigger air compressor a long time ago, but I don't have it now. I sold it because I didn't figure I was going to need it. And I had this other compressor, so you know, we're gonna mount that and just make work with what we got, because this thing ain't gonna be going out and doing big heavy work. But you know, I just want to be able to use it and maintain stuff. And the boxes aren't bad. It is rusty. It's got rust in some spots. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of patchwork, but you know, like I said, it'll be good enough for now. What I'm doing with it, as long as it got the frame's good on it, everything looks good. So as long as I can make it to point A to point B and use it to pick up stuff and save some stuff and use it to work on different things, I'm happy. And maybe if I decide to, I'm thinking about getting the high rail gear recertified, and I've got some different friends around the country there. They said bring it out and we'll take a ride, because they've got motor cars and stuff like that. But it might end up going on a trip. Don't know yet. We'll get to that point. Right now we're just gonna give her what she needs, and we'll clean her up along the way. So we'll come back here in a minute when I'm up under the truck and show you what I'm doing here. Routing some brake lines, because you know, like I said, you'd be surprised that 1989 brake lines don't fit like they should. So what we're got ready to do, actually I need to go get a wrench. I'm going to go ahead and snug this up. We're going to flex this around and bend it where we want it. So like I said, I hand bent this as close as I could get it. I'm going to break this up just there we go, a smidge. Got to be able to get in there. Let's see. Let's get that around like so. Okay, I need to bend that back around. That's the problem. Okay. Back out of there. So what I'm going to do is tweak this. And yeah, I didn't have to coil it or nothing like that, but I decided just to copy it like it would have been. So what we're going to do is just, hopefully y'all can see that. We're going to just tweak her back like so. And then I'm going to bend this back just a smidge like I said, we can adjust this thing as I go here. And not too bad for just eyeballing, hand bending it. Which that's all it really needs to be. It's not that big a deal. And this here's a vacuum tube for that back canister thing. This thing likes to, I've noticed too, it's like you gotta help it. When you first start it, it's like you got to give it fuel and get it to get going first. Like it doesn't want to stay like idling or running. So I've changed a lot of stuff on this truck. Long story short, I learned something the other day and I didn't even think about it because it's kind of like you have that aha moment. So I ended up figuring out, I think it's the daggone battery, because that battery's sat for some time, and I think the voltage is low because these take like 13 point, I can't remember exactly, like let's just say 5 or 7 volts to make everything function properly. Well, I guarantee that battery's going to read 12, and it's probably not putting out enough juice because the battery is older, and this truck sat for some time. And yes, it does start it and run it good, but I think that's its problem. So I got to go get it a new battery, because it also uses the same battery to run the crane, and it works fine. I think I'm gonna get me a deep cycle battery. I think that'll work good. Now then, that's about where the original sat. You see a little clamp sitting there, and we're gonna bend that up just a bit. Let's see if this will pop in, just like that. Okay, got that far. Let's see where we at. You know, that is just about in the way. Take that off. I don't need that. There we go. Now I can see it. Let's see. I just got to hit a gas. Nah, it ain't this thing. Ain't no way it's leaking. Well, everything's sealed up on it. Oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet it's that daggone fuel jug I got sitting over there. Let's see here. Come on. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and snug this up. Picked this up yesterday. I want to get a different flaring tool, but I needed one right now, and it's 3/16, so it'll work, but I'd rather have a 3/16 and quarter, but oh well. I'm going to buy a better flaring tool. This was just I needed it right now, so it'll work. We'll throw it in the truck and keep it, because I feel like it could be handy at other times. Alright, let's bend this back. I'll use what we got sitting there to tweak it. Oh yeah, look at that. That's going to work good. It ain't going back where it was. That's the clamp. That's what killed it, was that clamp. The dirt and stuff never got washed out of it, and it just killed that. And they put these steel lines on there, and they're okay, but they should have put coated lines from the factory, really. So I'm going to cut and flare that about right there's where that's going to go through. That's going to come back. So I'm going to get my handy dandy Sharpie out here. Dig it out in my pocket. Hopefully get to take a few trips in this truck. Get a little bit things lined down on it. And also in an upcoming video, I'm gonna have to take I'm gonna do a steam engine video too at some point. I'm gonna do the cold start video that some people were asking for. But also, in an upcoming video, I'm going to have to work on my dually truck. And I know it's not really old, it's a 2007 model, but I am going to do some videotaping on working on it and redoing it, because I have to have it to haul, to go save future antique projects and haul them. So saving and hauling and everything else, and I really need to finish the truck, and I'm doing this truck here so I have it to drive and I can use it like a pickup for now when I need to move something. And I'll be making some video of my sawmill coming up. I did a short, kind of one of those deals of letting people guess it, and what I was doing. But basically what's going to happen is I need this truck out there so I can use it to lift stuff off or whatever, because it is quite handy. So this needs to be gotten going, but here very soon I'm going to be working on my Dodge truck, and I will sneak some antique stuff in there, you know, kind of take a break on it here and there, but it's going to be full steam ahead for the Dodge pickup. So I've got to get it painted. I'm going to get it all cleaned up and redone, and all of that. So we got to do that next, because if I don't have that truck, I can't go save more projects, and I can't take some of my stuff that I want to the shows that I want to take to, or some of my items I would like to take to gas engine tractor shows and everything else. So got the new brake hose. Just gonna slap it down in here like so. Okay, got that. Now we're gonna go into the truck and break this line free, hook it up. I tell you one thing, I got a ratchet from Harbor Freight. I love this ratchet. I'm gonna show y'all it, just so y'all go get you one. It's real skinny. That's 3/8 and 1/4 inch drive, and it swivels. I love these. I bought 2 of these, and I ain't tried this one yet, but I bought the little itty bitty one. Because, you know, when you're in a socket set, sometimes it's got 1/4 and 3/8, and you're like, man, I gotta go get one. Well, not now. Yeah, these are good little sockets. These are good little ratchets. I like them so far, really do. So, just a neat little tool. Oh, I need to go get me some vice grips too. Mine are about wore out. Oh, and then we gotta pull the bolts off these shocks. I tell you one thing, people that don't change shocks on their cars and stuff, like, you know, you don't really think about that, but I tell you one thing, that is the best thing you can do as far as making something drive better. It's like night and day difference doing that. Now, compression fittings, you never want to tighten them all the way, because it's designed, if you need to take it back apart, you can. Now, I'm not done tightening. I just ran out of blood in my arms there for a second. And, you know, that's the joys and the wonders of mechanic work when you're doing it. But you never want to over tighten these. You just want to snug them up like so. And I'm going to give it one more. Should be good. Because if they leak, you can tighten them. So this one here, I'm just going to give it just, actually it's probably good. It's set on there good. Okay. So it should be good. Let me just verify it one more time. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Now, that's done. Okay. There's those. Now we'll go up top and cut that bolt out. That'll take care of that, and then we just pop a new one in, pop caliper on, and go to the other side, do the brakes, and then bleed them. So much easier. Back in a little bit shot. And they still got a little bounce to them. Probably not much. Okay, so I was thinking the other day, I thought these were rubber lines. These are the transmission cooler lines, and they're metal. They don't look bad, they're just surface rusted. But I think I'm going to have to end up changing them here soon, just because I don't like breaking down if I don't have to. So yeah, might end up changing them. And these are oil cooler hoses here. Yeah, that's what these are. Which I might end up changing them too, but so right now we're not going to worry about it. I don't think they're going to go bad yet, but we'll just keep an eye on stuff like, I like to keep an eye on stuff like that, especially when something's been sitting and I want to drive it and use it. You know, stuff like that gets old, gets brittle, and they feel pretty brittle, but I think they're okay right now. But I probably will eventually get a new set and just pop a whole new set on there and change them. That way it's good to go. But yeah, see, these all got grease fixed, so that's exciting. I thought it didn't, but now we got grease in all the parts. Now we can put everything back together, and I can put the top bolt back in the shop, because right now it's extended all the way out, and that will allow me to pop it back on easier. So. And so what I'm doing now is just tighten this up, and then I got to put the top bolt in this shock, so when I let the truck down, it'll extend that out. So yeah. And if anybody's wondering, yes, I see the hole right there. That is from these high rail tires from people turning the truck too far. You can't steer the truck too far. If not, they rub, because they are dished in to be able to fit on the railroad track. Now, if I decide not to run the high rail gear, I'm gonna pull it, and I'll just put regular Chevrolet 8-lug steel rims with hubcaps. That's kind of like that look. But if I decide to take it and pull it, which actually would lighten the truck up a bunch, I am going to fix this though in the future. Right now, that's just about where the half frame is. There's no rod in there. I've done looked inside of it. So what I'll do is come back here soon, because I plan to pull the tires off and fix that. But also I'm gonna put some new front tires on this thing too. I've got some good brand new used ones, because they're like brand new, and I bought them for cheap. So you know, I gotta get me some back tires eventually, but for now. But anyway, I am gonna go back and patch that, just not today. So yes, it will get fixed if anybody sees that, because somebody's like, well, don't you need to fix that? Well, yes, I will. Let's pop the cap. We got fluid actually. Just let that kind of sit open and let it do its thing. But yeah, I got to get over and do that. So what I'm going to do is drop this down, and we'll just let it chill. Go to the other side, pop it on, and then we'll check the system for leaks, and if we have no leaks, we are A-OK. I don't like the way them feel. Okay. Thought about bumping them with the impact. Don't think I'm going to do that. That could just lead up to a disaster. Or it could work really good, one of the two, but I think I'm just going to use old Ratchet here. And there you have it, folks. What could have been just a 5-minute job just turned into a 2-hour job. Great. Friggin' great. Yeah. I should have heated those, but I guess I didn't think about it. The other ones come right out like no problem, and I thought, oh yeah, it's gonna work good. Nope. So, we've all been there. Oh well. Come on. Alright, we'll get the daggone thing out. Wonderful. Man, that bites. There ain't no way to do it. I mean, I have to drill it regardless. Man, that stinks. Lucy, and probably gonna snap, and I can already feel it. I think it's going to. Well, why me? So the next step, sit here and
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Contemplate my life decisions right now. I love working on old stuff. I love working on old stuff. What you got to tell yourself? Okay. Well, let's just go up top. I'll come back. I'm not going to videotape cutting the other one off because y'all know what a cut off with the death wheel looks like, cutting stuff off. So we're going to cut that off, drop the spring out, and then we're going to get the drill and some drill bits here and try to drill this thing out real thin, and hopefully I can get them out of there and collapse them and save the nuts, or not the nuts, or yeah, save the nuts that they screw up into. So other side come right free. Of course, this side has to break. Of course not. It's not what I drill. But they're hard bolts. So, I'd like just to show everybody that the struggle is real when it comes to working on stuff. You see a lot of people working on stuff on TV and everything, and I tell you one thing, the struggle is real, because whew, where's your arms out doing this kind of stuff? Really, it's my fault. I wish I had torch gas. My torches are out right now. I've got to go get them refilled. If I had torch gas, I'd have just reached up in here and lopped these bolts, blew them out, because you know they can't be stuck if they're a liquid. But I'm out of torch fuel and I need to get some, and I'd like to just get this put together, which what I'm doing is find as far as just drilling these out and putting bolts through. It'll work just fine, but just wanted to show everybody, you know, it can be a pain working on stuff sometimes, and phew, where's you out doing it? Well, let me tell you something. That right there, that was a pain. But I worked what should have been a 10-minute job or less, turned into a 5-hour job. Or not 5-hour job, I lie. It's not 5 hours, about probably 2 hours of fighting and just drilling and trying to get those out. So, anybody ever tells you that, oh, it's easy, BS. Nothing is ever, yes, it can be easy. Let me tell you something right now. There are days where it ain't easy, and you're going to fight it and get mad at it. And, you know, everybody's probably slung a wrench or two. I know I've done it. You get upset with it, you get tired of fighting it, and you just have to quit. And I've done that. But anymore, I try not to let that get to me. So now, what we're going to do, is go in there and get some bolts, and I'm going to put lock nuts and some bolts through it, and not even try to fight that, because if you buy a new control arm, lower control arm, it comes with all that. So we're just going to do that for now, and it'll work just fine. So we got this just about finished up. Got some bolts done in there, and ready to finish tightening these up, and then we can finally, I don't think I'm going to bleed the brakes much, but we can bleed the brakes, and then we're ready to take a test drive. Other than, like I said, I need to get a battery for this truck, but after like 2 hours worth of work on it, just to fight these bolts out, we finally achieved what we needed to do. Well, after fighting it, let's go for a test drive. Definitely feels a lot better now, not so draggy. Not turn on a dime. It's okay. In reverse. Well, it's doing a little bit better than what it was, that's for sure. I think the back brakes need to be gone over, but you know, right now we're just getting it mobile. Need to check the oil in not as squishy. It definitely needs rear shocks, but it's not sitting there hopping up and down like it was. It feels a whole lot better. Get the tires swapped. Like I said, I got some better tires in the back for the front ends. We'll get that swapped, but what I'll do is I got to put the insurance to it, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I'll check the rear end. Well, now it went away. Yeah, good backwards. Feels a lot better in the brake department now. Probably need to check the air pressure in the tires too, would help. Yeah, I'll check the rear end. I bet the rear end's a little low. Bet that's what that is. We'll check it. Well, I'm going to end the video here. I call that success. It is high idling a little bit. I really don't know why it's doing that. It acts like the code that it read said like vacuum throttle. See, now it's going back down. So I don't know if it just needs driven, you know. But anyway, long story short, I got to get one little marker light back here, one more bulb for up there. But you know what? Just for fun, we'll turn that on just to show you guys. But I think that's pretty cool. I mean, imagine getting them both in there. But anywho, I like little stuff like that. And I got to get these working, which I'm gonna change them to LED. But I just think that's just so neat. Heat works good, got good charging. So really, I'm just going to do a battery, 2 little marker lights. I already put these in there, and reverse lights. These still work good. So I'm just giving it what it needs. It will need a muffler at some point, but we're not going to worry too much about that. And my next phase is the rear brakes and rear shocks. And I'll probably end up changing the hard line because it's pretty rough looking, but it's working right now, and I ain't screwing with it. So it's kind of the moment to just leave it alone. But anyway, this is a future project saver. So till next time, y'all, thanks for watching. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and like. And if you're already on the channel, hit like. I appreciate you all every day, and you all make me want to keep doing this and showing my toys. But thanks, guys. Y'all keep saving some rust.